When I was in college, I felt like having an extra $1,000 a month would basically make me rich. It seems silly now, but when you're in college, $1,000 can go a really long way. You could use it to pay down your student loans, cover your room and board, be able to start investing early, or buy a heck of a lot of video games, pizza, and ramen. So in this video, I want to show you 16 ways that you can actually earn $1,000 every single month. No questionable methods, no BS, and no get-rich-quick schemes. Just a few ways that with a little hard work will pay off quickly. Before I get into the methods, you need to understand the right mindset to have when looking for ways to earn extra money. I include this because as a college student, I made the mistake of spending way too much money on courses that claimed they would help me make extra money. I'm not saying the courses were giving bad advice, but rather that I made the mistake of falling for the allure of extra income without wanting to do the work required to actually get it. Certainly, there are courses out there that can help you boost your income, but you don't need any of those to actually get started. To make extra money, you really just need 3 things. Number 1, you need to be able to do something people will actually pay for. Number 2, you need to get people to pay you for it. And number 3, you just need to keep doing number 2 until you've hit your income goal. This advice applies whether you want to make an extra $1,000 or an extra $10,000. Of course, there are details to iron out, such as what you're going to do, how you're going to find people to pay you for it, and so on. That's what the rest of this video is all about. Ready to stop dreaming and start earning? Let's talk about the 16 ways you can actually make an extra $1,000 a month. Now, none of these require expensive equipment, high startup costs, or even a degree. What they do require is hard work, creativity, and the willingness to try new things or to learn new skills. Let's start with number 1, freelance writing. Now, freelance writing was the way that I started to make some serious money when I was in university, and I think it's still a phenomenal method to actually give a shot if you have some half-decent writing skills. There's tons of companies out there that need written content, including blog posts, video scripts, website copy, sales letters, and so much more. And they're all willing to pay too. A starting writer can easily charge $50 for an article or $25 to $30 just for an email. More experienced writers can charge $150 or even $500 an article, depending on the length and subject matter. When you work your way up to that level, writing just 2 articles a month can net you over $1,000 a month. To get started with freelance writing, you have a couple of options. The first is to check out some freelance job boards like Upwork, Fiverr, ProBlogger, and even Facebook groups. Alternatively, you can reach out directly to blogs that accept guest contributions. Both methods can work, though I've had more success with direct outreach when I was starting out, and in this realm I had the most success of when I was working to build relationships instead of doing cold outreach. You'll also want to build a portfolio of published work to showcase your writing. Number 2, graphic design. Companies aren't just hungry for written content, they're also constantly in need of graphics, illustrations, logos, custom slide decks, and other graphic design assets. If you're artistic or even enjoy design, this can be a great way to make some money. The steps for getting started with freelance graphic design are fairly similar to freelance writing. You can search on Upwork, Fiverr, or even 99 Designs for gigs. Alternatively, you can ask around campus to see if anyone needs design help. Making business cards and logos for people can be an especially fruitful place to get started. If you want to learn graphic designs, there's tons of avenues out there. I'll note that it's important to learn both the fundamentals of design like composition and whitespace, and the technical skills such as how to use Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator. Number 3, web development. Having a website is a must these days, yet so many businesses and individuals still don't have one. This is a great opportunity for anyone with web development skills to make some serious money. Now I'm sure you're asking yourself, what if I don't know how to make a website? All you have to do is take a few tutorials on Skillshare and you'll have all the skills you need to build beautiful, functional websites for just about anyone. When I was in university, I was able to charge over $1,000 just for a basic website when I was doing some freelancing. A couple of friends of mine were able to do the same, and eventually those skills were able to lead to a full-time career in web design for them. So whether you want to make some extra money on the side or join the in-demand, high-paying field of web development, it's really worth learning. Number 4, audio transcription. Voice recognition technology is getting better every day, but it still isn't great at transcribing real human speech. For this reason, there's a demand for skilled audio transcriptionists. When transcribing audio, all you have to do is listen to a recording and turn it into a Word document. All kinds of companies and people need this service, and they're willing to pay for it. While you can do this on your own, it's generally better to work for an audio transcription company. That way, you don't have to worry about finding clients. I'd recommend looking into something like Rev.com, where they start their pay at about 36 cents per minute of audio that you transcribe, which means you need to transcribe about 50 hours of audio per month, or 12.5 hours a week, to hit the $1,000 mark. Plus, you can do this job from the comfort of your home, making it great for fitting around your busy schedule. Number 5, helping people with computers. Using a computer may seem second nature to you, but for many people who aren't digital natives, it's not so easy. Instead of making fun of your grandpa for not knowing how to use his iPad, why not see if you can turn your knowledge into some extra cash? The possibilities here are only limited by your creativity and what people will pay for it. Here's just a couple of ideas. You could make really good looking PowerPoints for your less than tech savvy professors. Or give a class on computing basics at the local retirement home or community center. Or you could even start your own IT business that makes house calls. A friend of mine made one contact in college who paid him around $200 a month for very basic computer help. The guy just had money to spend but didn't know how to use a computer. You can choose to charge per hour or per project or whatever makes the most sense for you. Number 6, retail arbitrage. So retail arbitrage is a fancy business term, but all it really means is going to stores like Walmart, Target, or even a thrift store and finding some items that you can resell online for a profit. Generally, people use either Amazon or eBay to do this, though you could really look into way more specialized platforms such as Poshmark or Etsy if you're focused on clothing or vintage goods. Now be warned, if you do this wrong, you can lose a ton of money and waste a lot of time. You have to be smart about what you buy, which generally means using a tool like the Amazon Seller app to calculate your potential profit and make sure there is profit. But if you do it right, this can be an effective way to make money in your free time. Number 7, babysitting or nannying. People have kids and they need a responsible adult to watch them. There's good money to be made here, particularly if you have the time to do a more involved job, such as nannying. You can either go to a site like care.com or build up your own business through word of mouth. I have a few friends who are easily able to charge $20 an hour for this sort of work, which means you would only need to work an extra 12.5 hours per week to reach $1,000 a month. Number 8, cleaning houses. Cleaning is something that has to be done, but many people don't have the time or the desire to focus on it. This is where you come in. With just some simple cleaning supplies and a few hours per week, you can earn great money. To maximize your earnings, we recommend doing this gig solo. You get to keep all the money you earn, and you can often charge a more competitive rate than bigger cleaning companies. Getting started is as simple as asking around, and it's really easy to charge a few $100s for a small house or apartment. Do that a few times a month, and there's your extra $1,000. Number 9, food delivery driver. In our modern digital world, you can now get almost anything delivered with an app on your smartphone. While the logistics of this process are highly automated, a real human still has to make the deliveries. If you have a vehicle and a smartphone, then that human could be you. There's lots of delivery apps to choose from, and they all work more or less the same way. The app sends you a notification, you go pick something up, and then you deliver it to the customer. All you have to do is follow the app's directions. Some of the most popular food delivery apps are Postmates, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and DoorDash. If you make deliveries in your spare time, then you can certainly get to $1,000 a month in extra income. Since delivery earnings can vary based on location, the number of hours you'll need to work to reach $1,000 per month will depend on where you live. Number 10, tutoring. Many parents will do anything to help their kids succeed, even if it means spending lots of money. Tutoring is a prime example of this. After all, how's your neighbor's kid going to get into Harvard at age 15 if they can't pass their first grade math class? Okay, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but lots of parents are freaked out when their kid is struggling even a little bit in school. To fix this, they'll often hire a tutor, and that tutor could easily be you. As long as you know more about a subject than the person you're tutoring, and are good at explaining things, you can easily be a tutor. Though some parents may want you to have certain test scores or grades in certain courses. Reading and math are definitely the most popular subjects, but you can tutor anything that kids' parents are willing to pay for. To maximize your earnings, we recommend being a freelance tutor, but you can also earn decent money working for a tutoring company. Number 11, teaching a foreign language. Habla español? Parlez-vous français? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you might be able to earn some extra money teaching a foreign language. Now, this won't work if you just took a few classes in high school or college. You need to be fluent in the language. But assuming you are, then you can earn good money helping other people learn that language. This is especially true if you can teach a high-demand language such as English, Mandarin, or Spanish. To get started, we recommend italki.com, italki.com, which is a great place to find online language teachers and be able to find students who are looking for online language teachers. Now, while not required, having some kind of degree or certification in the language you want to teach will definitely help in boosting your earnings. Number 12, bookkeeping. Think you need to be a CPA to do bookkeeping? Well, you're wrong. In fact, you don't need any formal certifications or degrees to be a bookkeeper. All you need is an understanding of basic bookkeeping and accounting principles. It can also be helpful to know your way around the accounting software that small businesses use. The most popular is QuickBooks, though Wave and Xero are also very popular. If you know QuickBooks though, you can quickly adapt to the others. Number 13, working as a virtual assistant. There's lots of busy professionals who have way more money than time. Therefore, they're willing to pay to get some of their time back. That's the whole premise behind hiring a virtual assistant or a VA. The VA does the things that a busy person doesn't have the time to do. Many people associate virtual assistants with outsourcing, but actually there's a very sizable market for native English-speaking virtual assistants based in US time zones. If you're organized, responsive, and don't mind dealing with stressed out, sometimes demanding professionals, then this can be a great gig. Your job will generally consist of scheduling appointments, booking travel, answering calls and emails, and doing whatever else the person you're assisting is too busy to do. Number 14, helping people move. If you've ever moved to a new house or apartment, you know how much of a pain it is. It's time-consuming, laborious, and often frustrating. For this reason, most people who can afford it will hire movers. If you're organized, careful, and capable of lifting heavy things, then you can start your own moving business today. Having a truck or other large vehicle also helps, though it's not really necessary. You can easily charge $100 for a small moving job, often a lot more, so this is an awesome gig to earn the extra cash you're looking for. Number 15, junk removal. People have all kinds of crap in their yards and houses they really need help getting rid of. If you have a strong back and a vehicle that can haul junk, then you can start your own junk removal business. To get started with this, your best bet is to hit the streets. Walk around local neighborhoods and see if you can spot piles of trash or other items that people might need help getting rid of. Then just knock on their doors to see if anyone's interested. It can take some persistence, but you can easily charge enough for this to make at least an extra $1,000 in 30 days. Number 16, hourly jobs. This is a very broad category, but we wanted to include it because sometimes making extra money is as simple as getting a good old-fashioned part-time job. Assuming you can work 20 hours a week, you just need to find a job that pays at least $12.50 an hour in order to hit the $1,000 per month target. It may not be the sexiest way to make extra money, but it's proven and it works. Making an extra $1,000 a month, as you've seen, is totally doable. It's really not that hard. You just need to pick any one of the 16 ways we talked about that matches your skills, your interests, and your available time. So what are you waiting for? That money isn't going to make itself. Thanks for watching, and if you want to know when more videos like this come out, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you get notified every time we upload.